And then the black pillars. And the black pillars, well, what could I describe them as? The miserable of the awakened world. Hello, you little munchkins and your munchkinettes. How are we doing? Today I'm going to explain to you why it is that the emissaries cannot give me any dates about when stuff's going to happen. What are the things that affect the forecasting of dates? Well, we'll talk all about it on the other side. So in the last video, I was telling you that the emissary said, hey, we can't give dates. We just keep giving the same message over and over and over again. But we don't give dates because there are lots of things that affect the projection forward of a date. So I said to them, what are these things? I wanted to know. I was very interested to know. What is it that affects what we think is going to happen? What psychics see in the future? What the remote viewers see, and how is it that it changes? What they saw in the Looking Glass project, and then it changes. And they said, okay, there are a number of things. Number one, there are many, many, many light beings who are working to help to move this forward. And they always have a positive effect. Because they're working in the background, but they're connecting with people like the emissaries. They say, for me, they're called the emissaries, and for other people, they're called many other names. It's just an energy that's been sent to promote the moving forward of the Great Awakening. So on a positive side, they said that the light beings are affecting the speed of the move forward to the goal. Okay? The second, the thing that's causing a shift in the timeline, I suppose, are the people who give the messages here. The people who, the light beings are working with us, and people are giving the messages, and so many, even in the comments. People are saying, you know, I'm having downloads, I'm receiving this message. Some people like Moira, hello Moira, love you so much. Moira, she puts what she downloads, and loads of other people as well. I'm sorry if I haven't mentioned your name, but lots of people are saying, hey, I got this information. Beautiful. All of these messages that we are giving are also working to accelerate this move forward. But if it was all that, that would be lovely. But there's other things that are working to drag it back. So the next one, number 3, the black pillars. Now that's not the pillars that hold the building up. The black pillars, the people who give the black pill. For a while, I didn't understand what a black pillar was. I knew what a red pillar was. And I thought, well, I'd like to put myself in that group. I'm a red pillar. And then the blue pillars who were saying, no, don't believe all that bullshit. You know, the world's like this, everything's all right, and just forget about it, live your life. And then the black pillars. And the black pillars, well, what could I describe them as? The miserable bastards of the awakened world. The doomsayers. The people who go, we're all doomed, we're doomed. And they then give out the black pills of like, well, this is going to happen, and this is what I've seen. What I've seen is mass destruction on a global level and all of that. Those, the black pillars who are within our group, you know, they're in our group. They're just a bit miserable. They're a bit miserable. And maybe they're getting in touch with things, you know, maybe, you know, from their perspective, the energy that they're carrying, they're seeing stuff that's not so grand. I only see good stuff. I only see good stuff because I'm an optimist. Yeah, but not everybody's like me. So what they said is that the black pillars, as they're giving this information to us, can drag us back. You know, when we're doom scrolling, we get dragged back. Oh my God. You know, I mean, if you doom scroll, you could believe anything was bad was going to happen. So they said that as well, that the people who are giving bad messages all of the time are not helping. They're dragging it back. So we've got 2 pushing forward, and then we've got 1 dragging back. Then they said number 4, the astrological alignments. And they said this is massive. It's a massive one because it affects everybody. It gives a structure to this, to everybody. But within that, everybody then has a certain sort of their own astrological shape or key. And so it affects everybody in a slightly different way. But they said astrologically, it's enormous. The energies that can make changes. They said the issue is with that, is that astrologically, great things can happen. But at the same time, the baddies, who are probably the most knowledgeable astrologers in the world, they also know what's coming. And so the emissary said what they can do is they know the energies that are coming, and so they create scenarios that help them. They piggyback the energies to help them. When they know that a big energy is coming that might create an awakening, what they do is they then create situations of mass panic or mass fear. And it's like a balancing out of, well, you might think that you're awakening, but you're going to be so scared shitless that it nullifies, it wipes that out. That's the issue that we have, that the baddies know the stars far better than we do. And they use that as well. And so they said that's another situation where we can have a push, but at the same time we can have a pull. And then they said the last one, which we all know, the media that we have surrounding us. And they said that that's the job of the media, and I'm talking about the mainstream media, is literally to pull, to stop, to hamper, to make us constantly scared. Let me tell you what happened. So my parents-in-law here in Spain, both of them are retired. They spend all of the time watching the TV. They've got the most enormous fuck-off TV in their house. It's the biggest thing in the house. Shows the importance of it. And I'm sure you've heard about, the flicker rate on old TVs and the flicker rate on the new TVs, the digital TVs. It's exponential, the amount of flicker rate. And so those televisions can induce hypnosis very, very quickly. And this is the issue that we have with all of the people who are asleep, because the people who are asleep are people who watch a TV. And why are they asleep? They're not asleep. They're in hypnosis. They're in deep hypnosis. And so my mother-in-law sent a message saying, oh, everybody, don't be scared, but war could come to Spain. We could be in war very soon. Okay? And the people in the group, especially my wife and everything, were saying, why are you saying that? That's not going to happen. What have you seen? What are they saying on the TV? And my wife was saying, are you going to believe what they're saying on the TV? When they lied about all of the stuff about this and the pandemic, they lied, and they lied. And she was saying, yes, but that's not the same. This is not the same. This is different. Truly, 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 deeply in hypnosis. And even though, and this is the thing, this is what so many people ask me. How is it when they've seen all of that and they know that it was all a pile of bollocks? Why are they still believing it? Well, that's because they're in hypnosis, and that's because the TV is a hypnotist. It's hypnotic in its effect. And so what the TV's doing now here in Spain is, I don't need to watch it. I don't watch it. I would never watch it. But I know what it's doing. Fear porn, fear porn, fear porn. And people are absolutely shitting themselves. That's the job of the media. The job is, I'm going to keep you fearful. And of course, what do you do when you're fearful? Well, you need reassurance. Where do you go? You certainly don't go to your son-in-law, who's a conspiracy weirdo. No, you go to the TV. And the amount of times that they said to me this, but the TV always gives you two sides, Oh, it's very fair. It gives you two sides. Two cheeks of the same arse. That's what it gives you. But they believe the TV's balanced. And they say, no, they say to me, you were being brainwashed by the internet. We are getting the true information from the TV. I'm busy reading in Esperanto. I'm learning Esperanto. I'm reading 1984 in Esperanto. And I'm reading it and I'm thinking, wow, this was a documentary. And I know it's a joke, like it's cliche now. 1984 was a documentary. It's a documentary. And it talks about the TV that's in the room, that's on all of the time, in everybody's house. And it's watching you at the same time that it projects information to you. And it's all propaganda about how well or how badly stuff's doing, how prices are going up or going down. It's all about the wars that are happening, whether they're winning the wars or whether they're losing. And then they have this 5 minutes of hate where people sit in front of the TV and they see a person who's on with the baddies, and they all start smashing things up and getting really angry and shouting at this man that's there, that's on the other side. And when my mother-in-law was talking, she was saying, and the war's coming and it's because of that orange man. Okay? And I thought, wow, it's exactly the same. It's a different face, but hate this person, blame this person, and be fucking scared. That's all that they do. So that, for me, for the people who are in hypnosis, that's probably the most powerful out of everything. I don't think anything else can drag them out of that hypnosis. Doesn't matter where the stars align, they are there and they've got them. Will they escape from the hypnosis? Please God, yes. But I don't know. As long as they watch the TV, or as long as the TV projects that sort of shit, then they won't wake up. They can't. So that's what the emissaries are saying. That's the problem with setting times and targets and projecting into the future and saying that date, because there is too many things involved. And they give me an analogy. They said, if you're watching two people running, they're in a race and they're running along the track, and one of them's ahead, and you go, oh, he's going to win for sure. He's going to win. He's going to win. And then he trips up and the other person overtakes. And then you go, oh, well, he's going to win now, obviously. But then he trips up. And they said it's like that. You can never, just because one side seems to be prevailing, you can never then assume that it's going to continue, because they're all vying for the energy control. That's all. Ultimately, we're going to win. Ultimately, we're going to prevail. At the end of the day, right? That's what they say, isn't it? At the end of the day, right? We're going to win. Okay, a fin de cuentas, as they say in Spanish. We're going to win. Of course we are. It's always been the plan. In fact, it's the purpose of this timeline. It has a happy ending. It always has done. But we've got to go through these difficult times. And these are difficult times, hard to deal with, as the Bible says. Difficult times, hard to deal with. We've just got to roll with it. I wish that we could make it come faster. I wish that we could do something that would make it zoom. But there's more to it than just us. We have to do our part. We have to stay focused. We have to be excited about what's coming. We have to talk about it. We have to live it. We have to breathe it. But we also have to understand that there's more involved, and that there are other people at different stages who have to go through certain things. We haven't seen the whole amount of the Great Awakening yet. We haven't seen it yet. There's still people coming through. We've got to wait. We just chose to wake up early for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Why I chose to wake up 20 years ago. What was I thinking of? What was I thinking about? Why didn't I just wait? Just wait a bit. I could have lived in the world of Fantasy Island, you know, and think everything was all right. Why did I have to wake up 20 years ago? I don't know. But I chose to. There's obviously a reason, which I'll find out later on when I pop my clogs. And I go, oh yeah, that's why. For the moment, I can only regret waking up so long ago and having to watch this shit show from my perspective. But hey, do you know what? I would much rather, and I don't know how you feel, put it in the comments. Would you rather be asleep and be oblivious, or belivious as my friend used to say, be belivious to everything? Or are you happy to be awake and to be disappointed about where we are, but you're awake? Well, I'm interested to know that. I love you all. Everybody have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.